They say from the beginning of time, the bulldog has always been a part of the American Bully program. From the beginning of time. This is, you know, what's been said. That since the beginning of time, the American Bully has always been bred to the bulldog. Well, looking at the two different variations of dogs that we've already saw, we can pretty much assume that, and we really already know that that's not true. That's not true. You would never look at Gotti, the notorious Juan Gotti, and say he was bred to a gray line dog, because he come from a gray. I mean, he come from a gray line dog, so you would never say he was bred to a bulldog. He comes from a bulldog. He looks nothing like a bulldog. 21 Blackjack. He looked nothing like a bulldog. You know. In order for the dog to really start looking like that bulldog, it really has to be bred to a bulldog. Because you just ain't gonna see a pit bull head just go from looking like a hound dog to turn into a box. It's box shaped. You just ain't gonna see that. It's gonna remain the same. The nose is gonna remain looking like a hound dog. Now you got noses coming out like box shaped. And they coming out so small that you gotta literally measure the muzzles now, like 3-inch muzzles and 6-inch muzzles. You have to measure the muzzles. Well, if you have to do all of that, then obviously you can see traits from the other dog that you bred into the program, because his muzzle just got smaller. Do I disagree with the bulldog being bred in it? You know what? If you're going to destroy the Razor's Edge, yeah, I disagree with it. But just for a normal bully, I guess what people, consider their dreams and stuff like that. No, I don't disagree with you breeding a bulldog, because just like you said, that's your dream. This is your vision. But the real vision was never, from what we understood from the gate, was never a dog that had bulldog in it, right? I mean, that was the real vision. I mean, the real vision, was told that the Ruffian dog and the Ryan dog was a part of the program. The real vision. They took that Ruffian dog and that Ryan dog and they bred them. And they made puppies from them, and, they had some Staffordshire Terrier off in there. They had some Pit Bull Terrier, some game Pit Bull Terriers too, went off in there, real game. Dogs that literally had been in the pit, were used to create the first generation of American bullies, which was really called the Razor's Edge, But these dogs, they were big dogs, dogs that had big old heads, big gigantic heads, dogs that were able to pull, dogs that a lot of people say were not meant to bite people, but these dogs, some of them will bite you. You know what I mean? Some of them will bite you. You know what I mean? When you got a big old, when you got a big old dog like that, when you got a dog, they say some of the old school stuff had Watchdog and Bandog and Camelot off in there too. The Camelot dog, all those are big dogs. Those are all big old dogs. So, when you changed that vision Well, a lot of people didn't agree with it. You know, y'all call them old schoolers, but those old schoolers are the people that really actually created the dog. Even though the new schoolers got their own thing going, and it's a very nice dog too. But we can all see that it has bulldog traits, and it's been bred to a bulldog. It used to be like a guess where these dogs bulldog. Well, now it ain't a guess no more. You know, people are just let it out the box that they're bulldogs. And you know what? You know, I can't say you can use it to wash the blood or nothing like that. It's just that you're gonna make these big dogs shorter. So that was the goal, was to make these dogs shorter. Okay. You know, because Camelot dogs aren't short dogs. You know, uh, everybody knew Throwing Knuckles. She wasn't a short dog. She was put together very beautifully. You know, she looked like she had much Ruffian and Staffordshire and Ryan dog off in her. She looked the part. She looked the part. She's a very beautiful dog. But that was, I guess the dog wasn't complete. I mean, because the dog has been taken and, been destroyed and then remade to be the dog that the majority of the people want, which is a dog with more bulldog like features. He's more, more stout, more buff, you know, more stout, more buff dog, a little shorter, compact dog. You know what I mean? Most of them have nice angulations and nice bodies, but most of them don't. The majority of them don't. They don't come out, you know, fitting a part of, you know, the same size legs. All four legs be the same size. No, I mean, because some people, like when they bred the bulldog up in there, they just went further than that. You know, some people went to the pug. They bred the pug up in there. Then they went, and some of them bred to the Boston Terrier. They put the Boston Terrier in there, and then a lot of people, the majority of the people who could find a French bulldog, they went in there and put the Frenchie in there, so you got all these different kind of dogs floating. You can't say you're not creating your own breed because it's already a breed already. You know what I mean? I mean, you got GIG, you got Bape. You know what I mean? These are some small dogs, man. I mean, shit. You might. I would have thought that, the Chihuahua would have been implemented in that program, but it wasn't. Some of them even put the Pekingese in there. You know what I mean? And that's just the style. That was their vision that they saw, was turning the big dogs around to making them smaller. Okay, but you just have people around, man, that still like the bigger dogs too. So you can never shit on the bigger dogs and how the bully game was really started, because it was started from bigger dogs, you know. And some of the bigger dogs, majority of the bigger dogs that was used are still around today. And those dogs look like the same dogs that, you know, were old school dogs, but we can really say that the old school dogs, like how some just ain't in style, how some ain't in demand. It's not in demand. You know what I mean? It's not something that people even look at no more. People nowadays don't like to be pulled down the street, because the old school dogs will pull you down the street. Now you got dogs that, you got to walk at their pace with them. And a lot of people can't say they wouldn't own the dog, because how you gonna say you ain't gonna own something that, is in high demand, everybody want it. And then some of y'all towns that y'all live in, nobody has it. So if you come through and you be the first person with it, you know, in that town, well, you know, you finna get paid. And, you know, the little dogs, you know, have made their mark. Like, you know, they're originally here to stay. And there's nothing nobody can do about it but like it. You know what I mean? And if they do cost money, yeah, you're gonna have to pay for it and get the dog fixed or watch it die. But, you know, they made their mark to where, you know, some of their dog shows are just explosive, just huge as hell, you know, real big, you know. And just to watch a new dog breed grow is nice. You know, watching all dog breeds grow is nice. But one dog that should not be changed to another dog is the American Bully. The way that it was bred from the gate is the way that the American Bully should stay. Whatever else comes along after it, if you want to breed that, because I like whatever else came along after it, you know, the big blocky heads, you know what I'm saying? I don't like them, the wrinkles. I don't really like the wrinkles. I don't like the wrinkles. I don't like that. I don't like discolored mouths. Cause some dogs, I done seen some bullies, and they didn't had purple insides of their mouths and look like a purple tongue too. Like they breeding them, they you know, cause of what they breeding them to, man. You know, that right there could be traits from the Chinese Shar Pei. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you know that Chinese Shar Pei is starting to be bred to the dogs now. Y'all starting to see these bullies. Some of them look exactly like Chinese Shar Peis, but you know they just don't have the whip tail. But they look exact. You can see that the dog has been bred to a Chinese Shar Pei, and it look exactly like a Chinese Shar Pei. But it's a bully. And then you got furless bullies. I mean, this is just like total disrespect to the American bully. But if you gonna make it and make it a new breed, then that's your thing. Do your thing. But you got furless bullies. You got fluffy Frenchies. Those are nice. I do like the fluffy Frenchies. But you got fluffy Frenchies now. You know what I mean? You know, in all the colors, every single color. And you know, it's the dogs are nice, but the original dogs that you stole the colors from and how you made the dog smaller and things like that, that's not on the pedigree. That's not on the pedigree. You know, it's crazy, but it's true. It's crazy, but it's true. But you know, them is just some points I would like to touch. I was liking to touch at this point in time. It's starting to rain outside again. So I get back at my family and holler at y'all soon right here on Face the Bully.